Good afternoon, everybody. This is Meteorologist Jack here, back with another weather forecast on Insight Weather. And in today's forecast, we're going to be with our second preliminary 2019-2020 winter storm prediction, or not winter storm, but winter prediction for this season. So I did say that I was going to be doing another one in fall, but it is still somewhat summer, so I decided to hold up and just do another one, and then later, somewhere in like September, I'll do one. I might end up just doing one a month until we end up getting to summer, if that's okay with, or until we get to winter, if that's okay with you. But our last one did very good, so if you're already in my channel, make sure to consider subscribing and stay till the end of the video. It'll all really help out. But without further ado, let's get right on into the forecast. So starting off the National Weather Service, I just wanted to take a look at the watches and warnings that are in effect. We do still see some heat advisories that are in effect for much of Oklahoma, northern Texas, and northwestern Louisiana. We also do still see some flash flood watches and warnings in effect for the Florida Panhandle and northern Florida, as all of the excess moisture does push through with that stalled front, which also is going to be taking a place in the role of Invest 97L, which is now approaching in North Carolina. There is now a 30% chance of development, and once it does push off the Outer Banks, that is where that potential area of development is likely. So I'm going to be posting a video on that later today as my second forecast. Other than that, we really don't see too much. We do see some heat advisories also for the I-95 corridor and Delmarva area, as well as some red flag warnings in effect for much of the Rockies, as well as the southwestern portion of the U.S. So I do want to take a look at the sea surface temperature anomalies, or the SST anomalies, just to take a look at the Nino 1+2 models, which is the model on the bottom. We do see that there's going to be a decrease in the sea surface temperatures, or below average, so it's anywhere between about a -0.2 to a -0.6 as of August. So it is now decreasing, and the Nino 3 model is also showing this as well. All the models are starting to decrease, which is why we are seeing that neutral season, or this is just kind of a part of the roll. But I just wanted to take a look at the sea surface temperature anomalies for the Nino 1 and 2 to show you that there is going to be that decrease and potentially around close to 1 degree below average for the sea surface temperatures. So here's going to be the ENSO neutral winter pattern, or what we normally see for a neutral winter pattern. Normally, we'll see that polar jet stream affect much of the northern U.S. and much of Canada, so with that, we could be seeing Alberta clippers and much of the more northerly winter storms. Then we'll be seeing more wet conditions for much of the south-central U.S., the Gulf, as well as the East Coast, and more warmer and dry conditions for much of the southwestern U.S., the more plains and central portion of the U.S., and the southeast. So here we go. This is going to be for the average, or this is going to be for the temperature outlook for this winter. I did upgrade it just a little bit, as we do see now that there is going to, as the much colder conditions did shift just a little bit further to the east. So areas in that more lighter purple, or in that much colder risk, or the more above average temperature, or more below average temperatures for this winter, as far as I'm looking at it. This is where we're going to be seeing that polar jet stream, and I feel like it's going to pan out somewhere around these conditions or around these areas. So it's going to be affecting much of the Dakotas, Minnesota, all the way down to Illinois, Indiana, western Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Ohio, Wisconsin, as well as Michigan, even eastern Missouri. I also put in this, as well as Iowa. So many of these states could be experiencing a much colder conditions as far as what I'm forecasting as of my winter prediction, my second one. Then just kind of surrounding that, we do see the colder conditions. This is going to be around a little above average, or a little below average temperatures. I apologize. In that darker purple color, this stretches all the way up into areas of the interior northeast, central Pennsylvania, the Virginias, northern Tennessee, southeastern Kentucky, all the way into central Missouri, and then up into Montana. Surrounding that, we're going to be seeing the around average to above average temperatures. That's going to be the cooler conditions for this winter. They're going to be in the light blue. This also stretches from central Montana all the way down into northern Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, into northwestern North Carolina, all the way up into the northeast, and New England states. That includes Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Anywhere that is not experiencing a color, or is just the plain map, could be seeing more average temperatures. Just keep in mind this is going to be for the lower 48 only, not including Hawaii or Alaska. Then going into the orange, which I feel that the warmer conditions will be in the more southwestern portion of the U.S. This hasn't really changed too much, just kind of the placing of where this is. This goes all the way down into southern and western Texas, into New Mexico, Arizona, and areas of Nevada and Northern California. Then where we are going to be seeing the way above average temperatures in that mild condition, which is in the red coloring, that includes southwestern Texas into southern New Mexico and Arizona, almost all of California, and some areas of the most southern portion of Nevada. So normally this isn't obviously what's going to be happening all winter, but this is just going to be where we're going to be seeing the above average temperatures. So now looking at the precipitation, this has definitely changed just a little bit, and we're going to be seeing those warmer temperatures for the southwestern portion of the U.S. I feel like it's going to be somewhat dry as well there, so areas of Southern California and much of Arizona, southern Colorado, and Utah could be seeing some drier conditions for this summer. Not saying that you won't be seeing some thunderstorms or just rain developing off the western coast of the Pacific, although I just feel like it's going to be a lot drier. Then just surrounding that in the yellow coloring, we're going to be seeing below average precipitation. That goes anywhere from southwestern Texas all the way up into Colorado and Utah, as well as central California. Anywhere that is not experiencing a color, we'll be seeing average precipitation. So looking at the light green coloring, that goes all the way up from the Pacific Northwest, the New England, Ohio Valley, as well as the southeastern U.S. into the Gulf states. They're going to be seeing some enhanced rainfall. What that would mean is just a little bit above average, or just kind of seeing what you normally see as far as rainfall goes. It may not seem like a difference, but on an average, there could be some excessive rainfall. This goes all the way up from Pennsylvania to Maine, all the way to the North and South Dakota states, then into Oregon and Washington, as well as eastern Texas, the Carolinas, Georgia, and eastern Florida. Then in the darker green, we're going to be seeing the above average precipitation. This goes for winter storms or even some nor'easters, possibly for areas of the Gulf. This stretches all the way from much of the west coast of Florida, southeastern Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi, all the way up into Wisconsin, Minnesota, and also Michigan. Northern Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania will also be in this. So anyway, guys, that pretty much just covered this forecast on what I think this 2019-2020 winter storm season is going to be looking like. If we do this every month, it is August, so we should have another one in September, October, and November before winter actually starts. Most likely, I'll stop them when we do see our first winter storm. But if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. That would all mean so much to me. We do get a ton of support on these videos, and I'm planning to do more. But thank you guys so much for watching, and anyways, peace out.